Oh, I keep forgetting. I gotta turn on my extra light. Alrighty. Now, a lot of people are wondering why I post what I do. The answer is it's pretty much a long-term story. And the long-term story is over the past 2 years, I've been working very hard at gathering up a few viewers to see my take on the situation. Given my post yesterday, I think I've lost those viewers. Nevertheless, I will continue on in case I get some new viewers today. So we're going to start off by explaining what my channel is all about. My channel is all about I could probably go quiet for about an hour and a half, so I won't, but I'll just let you know that that's sometimes what I can do. The whole point of going quiet is helping you go quiet. Why? Because it's the most important thing. Why? Because humans have an enormous ego. And the ego is all about thinking. Thinking, thinking, thinking. And that's a problem because thinking is not how we're going to get ourselves out of our current situation on planet Earth. It just keeps us bogged down. Today, I even noticed that some university professors have been taken in by the great let's just call it media circus. Because the media have even got university professors who should know better, believing that the media is telling the truth. What do you mean? Well, I simply have to tell you the media has an agenda and multiple agendas, to tell you the truth. The one that you're most likely to believe is number one, their agenda is to get you to watch them more and more because they've got advertisers and the advertisers need your eyes on the advertisements. That's the cover story. The deep story is the media is highly concentrated in ownership. I don't know, let's go 50, 60 years ago, there was all kinds of independent media, independent newspapers. Every town had a newspaper and they were all independently owned. Today, massive, enormous corporations have purchased up all of the assets. So we have incredible amounts of concentration of ownership of things like newspapers, TV stations, radio stations. And even, the YouTubers. YouTube is an enormous concentration and it picks who it wants to have lots of eyes. What's the whole point? Because if you control what people see and what they hear, you control the people. Well, that sounds like a tin hat conspiracy theory. Yep. I just gave you the facts. It's so simple. You just go and research that one item. You can even use Google, who is an enormous corporation, and you just look up media media concentration. Let's try that one. Concentration of ownership of media. They're not hiding it. Why don't they hide it? They've found out that even university professors are really dumb. So they don't have to hide it. If there was more people who were really smart, then they might scrub it from the internet and not make it available. So anytime someone says conspiracy theory tin hat, I just shake my head and I say, you're going to be very difficult to wake up. So if you have super concentrated ownership, I mean, the media is so concentrated, then who owns the media? Well, people who've got enough money to buy that much media concentration own the media. What's their agenda? Well, their agenda is pretty much to give you the kinds of news that you think is real. On the surface, well, you tune into any media outlet, they give you a lot of violence, a lot of horror every day. Shootings, violence, car crashes, a lot of that. They give you a few human interest stories, like, I don't know, a new restaurant opened up and they go visit it. But every day they give you a lot of negativity. What's really going on planet Earth? Not that. I mean, I'm in Canada, and what do I hear on the national news? All about some factory blowing up in China. It's constantly a horror story. What's really going on in Canada today? Well, people are still social distancing. They're limited as to the number of people you can see. But other than that, we had a great day today in Canada. The sun was shining. People went out walking and biking. The vast majority of Canadians had an awesome day. That's the news that you never hear. What inventions were invented this past year? No idea. You're never going to get it on the national news. Never going to get it unless it's something to do with one of their advertisers, like big pharmaceuticals. But generally speaking, they don't cover university research. They don't cover it. So we never know, what the great minds are doing. So the agenda is what? It's constantly an agenda. The type of news is designed to make you believe the world is horrible. Fake news, Donald Trump brought it up, and some people are going to say, yeah, lots of fake news. Some people are going to say, no, it's not fake news. In my opinion, it's a lot of fake news. A lot of the stuff that is shooting related is fake news. Why? Because they want more and more people believing that there's horrible gangs going on, crazy people, because their agenda is pretty much for you to get yourself worried about other people. COVID-19, you're worried about other people contaminating you with a virus. Black Lives Matter, it's all about you still feeling like, there's people that are so racist in your community, they're dangerous. It's all about keeping you separated, which was a very popular song a long time ago. So the whole thing about keeping us separated is because they don't want us to get intimate with one another. Not sexy, it's intimate. In other words, be relaxed and able to really feel each other's energies. Why? Because if you're sitting in the same room as me, you can feel my energy, which means you can tell if I'm lying to you or not. You can still tell if I'm lying to you or not through this video, believe it or not, because I'm still putting out my truth. But when you're in a room and when you're close with people, you know what they're putting out. It's really, really, really easy. And if there's someone who's deliberately lying in your presence, you know about it. So the masks that they are getting people to still wear, the paper masks don't work on viruses. If you're working in like a level 3 or something virus research station, you've got a full body suit on. And the air is being piped in from another room. You're not even breathing the air from the room where the viruses are. So it's phony baloney. It's this. That is why they are making you wear a mask. That's never going to work on a virus. It's symbolic of them shutting you up. Massive censorship. Everything is symbology with these kinds of people, because that's just the way they are. They like to see all of you sheeple people doing what they say. Do you remember the kids' game Simon Says? That's all they do all the time is Simon Says on the television that there's a virus outbreak, and then they say wear paper masks. Anybody knows that those won't work, but people still wear them. Oh, it's better than nothing. No, it is so that they can Simon Says you. What's the long-term goal of them Simon Saysing you? They just want you to be slaves. And then they laugh as they drink champagne and eat caviar and fly around in Learjets. They are the elite, and they know how to control you. And even if you're a university professor, it doesn't seem to matter. You're not, I was going to say smart enough, but you don't have enough insight into the elite, because you've been brainwashed from the time you were a child. Because this elite, it's the Illuminati pyramid. And the elite are at the top of the pyramid. And here in the gold part at the top are all the people that work for the elite. And down in the blue part, that's where you are, even if you're a university professor. You don't even understand the people at the top are spending all their time researching how to control the masses. That's you. And that's just one thing that I talk about on this channel. So, if I've caught your interest, please subscribe.